sometimes there's no explanation. Now I have to pull one out of my head.
Right.
And like,
Okay. Is there like a lot of like scriptation?
yeah, social media is literally like,
no, yeah, honestly.
and I realize
Exactly, like,
and like there's a lot of brands who build their strategy around going viral, but that's not a strategy.
that's not realistic. Like, I feel like
Exactly.
you know, you should also like concentrate on
She can self-find.
So,
Yeah.
I want this now.
Yeah, so that's the perception. They were like, because their TikTok goes crazy.
Wait, actually?
No, it's real. Like, we've gone viral on TikTok, like, all day have gone viral. But you were one of them. Yeah, there's two of us that were working on the account for a really long time. But then that wasn't the only account. I had to get an account for the and then we did, basically what happened was we did a campaign that launched. I was like, it's the shit.
You gotta take it.
You know, Yahtzee is my favorite because I love when all the babies are graduating, like you gotta celebrate them. But like outside of that, it's like I don't really know people and I don't really have. And so it's like, if I had given myself 6 months to kind of just fuck around financially, so like, yeah. So I don't have to work, and so it's hard.
Yeah.
Like I
Because you know you have like a pillow.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So I don't mind. So I am like technically a full-time photographer for my church, and I do that. We just travel to Greenville the last 2 weeks to do a conference with it. And basically, I just started doing that. That kind of stuff, but like other than that, it's like I'm chilling. I'm in the gym. I don't know if I'm ready to like go back into work though. Like I don't know what that transition would be like. Exactly. People think I'm like being rude because like people have asked me this and I'm like I actually have no desire to shoot that rude. So sorry. Nope. The version of myself that was like a freelance photographer 3 years ago who was literally like taking editing.
Like a Star Wars.
Absolutely. And so now that I'm not that, it's a hard habit to break because I just want to be like, yeah, I want to shoot for everybody. Like, you know, that's not what I want to do.
Right.
Like I know I want to shoot at clothes sometimes. I want to shoot at like fashion. I want to like streetwear. And I was doing the streetwear for a minute, but like.
So how does it like mix it like you said? So how did that go?
Actually, how I started shooting professionally was shooting sports. So when I first went to Atlanta, I'm not from here. So when I first moved here to college, I was like, I didn't know. Exactly. And 7 days into SB, she met her now husband. And so like all of my plans has changed. Absolutely. So I was right girl, she was that right.
She left the train, yeah.
Absolutely. So rightfully so, like now they're married. It's like alright. Yeah, I tried like and I know it's heavy. So like it's cool now, but I need to talk more. So there is quality out here in the summertime. So basically what it is family. So with that something like
Somebody said they can't make it.
Pre-COVID, but like post-COVID, it's a little different, right? So it was always like
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm guessing that.
Saturday, Sunday. So I had never never shot sports before. I started going out there. Yeah, but she's so it's been about 11 years now. So, I never shot sports. Well, okay. I didn't go for real. So I just started going to I did really out here and started showing up to their practices, and then I was traveling with them for about a year. It was super dope. It's like the high school kids that like basically are like either getting ready to graduate high school and don't have people offers yet and are worth people offers, or they like just need to get up so get out. Correct. And so I was shopping with them for all their clothes, and I was there, but then after I was 3 years, just doing that, so like I like it.
Cherry on over. Cherry on one over.
I was intern the first year. Oh, it's traveling. Yes. I was traveling to but they hit you with the unpaid. But they were paying for everything, so I really kind of like balance out. Never had to pay for travel, never had to pay for food. Right. I had to pay for my own, like I always had my own hotel. Like, just chilling low key. So, well, just a little bit. And I still had a job, so I was able to kind of like, you know, handle what I could do. But it was, after all, I was just always places. You're like, because I started working in the streetwear brand, and that is very like, oh wow, I'm not this. Like, I want to do this. And so I kind of shifted to yes. But I'm really, I look for now too. Because like all the players always thought that I was very good. It's okay. It was very fun. Yeah, well, how do you like still after graduation?
Can you see him behind you? Oh. Nah, I couldn't, but I see something.
Yeah, it's for lesser too. I feel like but like, you don't get this ring. She's about to say that. That's very interesting. I have no roommate. That was funny.
So I know that like the color.
Okay, I'm going to go here. I just had that. No, but like my school didn't have those. So at 17, I actually told me to go to college. I don't want to know what that's like. No, I have two better two out there. I'm okay. I was just used to living with all this shit. I think now stop and like having to start weird. I haven't just done like another year, like an hour and a half.
You can say that.
I'm gonna put it to the side. Also, is there any questions you feel like you want me to ask? Let me just add one more chair over here.
I've had that like traumatized. It's not like it didn't take very long. It just kept coming in the house. It kept coming in the bedroom house. And I was just sitting behind me. And exactly
I need, you got your hard drive. And I see it to get the Charlie.
Makes you feel good.
Right there. I love that shit still on section. That shit still I'm shutting down the drive. Air travel to my if you got it like that, air travel to my
I told myself shit. I was like, just stop it. Receiving it. He needs a haircut. Like, he's kind of cool. He doesn't like your cut. He's like the least cut like that. He's super docile and like he just doesn't want to be touched unless he wants to be touched. And he's a puppy and so confused because he has like he's only like 11 years old. He just be chilling, bro. It's hot. You might need to go back home. It's hot. I've been here 5 years.
Hey, yo, why this shit's not going to
Now I got used to it. I'm waiting for like the summer to come where I'm like,
Drop a silver car? Driving right next to me. Boy, I went to the That's great. Yeah, but it's coming from like 20. What? Okay. My brother. Yeah, I'm good. How you feeling? Joe, good. Let's go. One more thing. That music though?
What's up, guys? It's lit. I made it. Thank y'all.
You know me? Everybody doing good today? For sure. Welcome to the class.
intro to styling. I'm certified studio assistant here. I also run a night school. Today we're gonna learn about styling. You feel me?
Yeah.
What a great Charlie.
Thank y'all so much for coming. For real, I really appreciate y'all time and y'all energy for pulling up. So let's make this a dope ass day, yo. Let's get it.
So if y'all want to start, we can all start by introducing ourselves. We can start here and just let us know what you do and what you want to learn today as well.
Sure. What's up, everybody? I'm Tasso. I'm actually a shooter. Just trying to get like a all-around perspective of everything that's going on, what we doing. That's why I'm here. I just fuck with Charlie. Everything she be doing. So
Let's get it.
It's good. I'm Okito. I'm a fashion designer. And I just want to learn more about styling and stuff like that too. So I do model as well.
Yeah.
Just like more aspects of that.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Juliana. You guys can call me Jay.
Okay.
I do a lot of different things, mainly modeling. I was signed for a little, but I kind of took a break from it and got back into reworking clothes, like thrifted old clothes, just making it into something new. And I've always loved fashion, so I definitely want to get into this.
That's dope. Thank you.
My name is Max. I currently work at Louis in Buckhead with Hans. I just try to get an overall better understanding of like the ins and outs of styling.
So, like she said, my name is Johannes. My bad, I don't mean to skip. What don't I do? Freelance entrepreneur, that's it.
Yo, my name is Trent. I'm a designer. I have my own brand called OBN. I do a lot of cut and sew, like rework, you know what I mean? And yeah, I do some styling as well on the side. How to do that.
I'm Cody, primarily a shooter, and I just came out here just to kind of learn how I can use the style to add to my photography.
I'm Asia. I'm a creative director, brand manager, and photographer, and I just wanted to be able to kind of pull all of the things that I love together into one thing. So I want to learn more.
Hey, I'm Jay. I'm actually a software engineer. So I'm trying to make that switch into like a creative career, I want to start my own brand, so I'm just here to kind of pick up on the basics, build that foundation.
What's up? My name's Caress. I'm a creator, basically. I like to express myself in many ways. I have some friends who are in like music or poetry, and they've asked me to style them, and I've done it for fun. And now I'm like, all right, how should I be getting paid for real now? So I'm here to learn, from the pro, how to handle the business of everything. Yeah.
Dope. Fire. I'm gonna stand up just so that you can see me. My name is Joy. In passing, but like we follow each other on Instagram, but I thought you were so dope and I wanted to come and learn from you on how I should carry my business moving forward. I've done some styling for a few people, but I'm like still learning and I'm still fresh, so it's always good to learn from somebody.
For sure.
Yeah.
Everybody follow her. Let's go. Start that way.
My name is Eli or Ellie, whichever y'all prefer. I'm a seamstress, so I do a lot of cut and sew. We've been doing it for about 12, 13 years now. Right? Yeah, I know that's literally my trade, but the more creative side, styling, like I design and I make stuff, but styling I feel like is its own beast of its own because you're not creating something, you gotta use what's there. So like I want to get into using more accessories and like going about how to do it properly. I can style myself.
Yeah, I see it. For sure.
I'm Sienna. I'm a photographer, and I want to know about styling for my business. I want to work with stylists, so I need to know a little bit more about you guys' side of the industry before I try to incorporate it into my business and packages and things like that.
Makes sense.
What's up? My name is Jessica. What up?
Yeah.
That's Tiffany. I would say a freelance entrepreneur. I do some brand management, some direction stuff for some business. I'm also a day trader. That's what I do in real life. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more about, running a business as far as lifestyle and stuff like that.
Okay. Alright. Well, I'm glad. Thank y'all again. Let me say that. Thank y'all again. I appreciate y'all for coming through for real. So I hope that I can answer any type of tidbits that y'all want to know about the business or the industry. I definitely heard that there's a lot of photographers and stuff here, so that's dope too, because I mean, capturing the moment of styling is essentially y'all, you know what I mean? So that takes a very big part in it. So I'm glad to go ahead and get this thing going, you know what I mean?
For sure, let's do it.
Let's get it.
Let's have a little interview, you feel me? Alright, so Charlie, I got a couple questions for you. First question is, what got you into fashion?
Phew. Alright, so yeah, I'm not gonna cap. Ever since I was little, I love fashion. I was always a tomboy. I never did dresses. It was not my thing. So like sneakers was a very big, heavy influence for me. Like I was like, what's gonna be my real introduction to like this fashion world? And like since I was little, I was like a dumb big sneakerhead. So I got mad love on being a sneakerhead, right? So I was like, all right, cool, this is my thing. After that, I was like, how can I make this whole thing a thing? And so I was like, all right, let me really get into fashion and dibble dabble and see like how I can dress up my shoes and make it a complete look. And then it just kind of just kept going from there. I just really fed into it. It was like potato chips. Once you get one look, you wanted more. So that's kind of how I got into it, was becoming a sneakerhead and then evolving from there.
So,
yeah.
What inspires your style?
Woo, everything inspires my style. Honestly, the mood that I have when I wake up in the morning is really like how I'm going to dress for the day. Like if I wake up, y'all, and I want to be cozy, I'm going to be cozy. Like I'm going to wear, some dope sweats with a little sock play, whatever, It just depends on like truly how I wake up and feel in the morning. If it's raining outside, I don't want to put on my best drip. I'm going to put on some drip. But it's going to be, according to what the weather's saying. So it just depends on what the day has in store for me. Like that's how I go about, picking out my style and picking out my look. But overall, though, I'm definitely like that tomboy androgynous. I like to have fun, but keep it clean at the same time. I like oversized. My clothes ain't got to be too fitted. So, I understand certain things about my style that, are key points. I love hats. I'm always going to have a hat. I know you know that. You always love it. So, it's just certain things that I've learned that are just me or my identity. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. How do you decide what to pick out for each client?
Yo, that's a tough one. So, real quick, I'm going to be real, as soon as I get a call and they're like, yo, do you want to style such and such? And I'm like, okay, cool. I am not hip. I'm not going to lie. When it comes to understanding new artists or things in the music industry, I'm terrible with that. I have to do better. I'm always looking at fashion or what new designer and things of that nature are dropping. So I get the call and they're like, yo, you want to style such and such? And I'm like, okay, cool, bet. Send me their IG or send me some sort of social that I can look at to kind of get a reference to who they are and what they do, And so then I kind of go from there and I'll piggyback on my Google, YouTube, whatever. It's almost researching. If you're about to go into a job interview, what's the first thing you're going to do? Figure out what them job requirements are. You know what I'm saying? So essentially it's the same thing with the artist. I just kind of figure out what lane they're in and then I build my pool and my shopping off of that, off of what I see, It is hard though, because some people I might get with, they might have 3 or 4 posts, but you just gotta find other outlets and stuff to figure out what type of artist they are. Yeah.
Do you have any of your favorite brands you like to pull from?
Yeah, I do. I wonder if I don't know, maybe some people can guess. Okay, so one of my absolute favorite brands is Rick Owens. Hands down, Rick Owens is a go-to for me. It's uniform. I was on Rick before everybody else was on Rick, but I love Rick Owens, so that's a great one. I also am very heavily connected with Burberry, Moncler, and Gucci. So like those are some high-end brands that I'm easily accessible to when it comes to certain pools. And I do appreciate and love their clothing, so it works.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
What made you create your own brand?
Alright, so in college I started off, this whole fashion thing, in college I started off as a model, right? So I was a model, and they come in and they bring you the clothes to wear. You don't get to come in with your own drip, you know? You just can't do it. So you're there to wear other people's clothes. And essentially while I was getting, you know, dressed for each and every scene, I was thinking like, dang, this is, you know, these clothes are great, but essentially I felt in my mind like I could have my own brand, or I could do this myself as well. So that was kind of like the spark in college to be like, I need my own brand, because I wanted to put my brand on those models. I wanted to be the person that was seeing my stuff walk up there and not be the person walking up there for someone else. So that's how it started. Then fast track, I got so heavily into the styling thing, I slowed up a little bit on the clothing line, because it was just like, yo, trying to really have that heavy focus in one spot, I didn't want to really like half-ass the other. So I kind of just really went heavy on styling. But now I'm getting so much more back into cut and sew, because all of these artists that I style, I'm starting to learn that like if you bring something unique and different to the table, like a cut to sew piece, which I'm about to talk about my outfit in a second too. But if you bring like a cut to sew piece to the table or whatever, they're very open to wanting to utilize that, because like it could be a one-of-one, or it could be something that like other people aren't getting in the stores. So now I'm very heavy into wanting to create and design my own items and bring something that is not store-bought to the shoot. You know what I mean? So it's full circle for me. I started for a certain reason, now I'm back in it heavily for another reason. So yeah.
Also, how did you come up with the name Create for the brand?
Man, honestly, like, I just really want everybody to be a creator. Like, I believe that I was born to be a creator. Like, I was supposed to be put on this earth to create something dope, leave it here, and have a legacy, right? I feel like a lot of us in this audience all feel that same way. You know, whether it be taking a photo, whether it be anything that you're doing, you all want to create something and leave it behind. So, essentially, like, I was just like, shit. Create. That it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be able to motivate everyone to become a creator. So why not just go with something as simple as create, you know? I don't want to think too hard. So just go create, you know? Yeah.
What's your favorite part about styling?
My favorite part about styling is understanding that there's so many different realms you could be in. You know what I mean? Like, I want to talk to you guys too about understanding what your perfect realm is and then learning how to branch out from it. But I believe that like with styling, there's rock, there's so many different, there's hippie, there's vintage, there's golf, there's so many different realms you could really like style a person in. And I think that I appreciate that. It's kind of like you're not walking in the same path every day. You know what I mean? Like, you get to live someone else's life through their clothes. And I think that's dope. Like, that's super dope. Like, if you're dressing someone, you're becoming, like, a piece of them. You know what I mean? Like, how would y'all feel if you woke up and you, like, somebody had to style you? You know what I mean? Would you feel, like, nervous? Would you feel, like, comfortable? Would you feel, like, I don't know, I'm going to let them do whatever? You know, it's so many different things that you could feel as being the client. You know what I mean? So for me to come in and have to embrace them and have to be essentially that person for a moment in time, I appreciate that. Like, I'm thankful. You know?
Fucking hard.
It's a tough thing to do.
How do you determine your rate?
Alright, so this is the gold question everyone wants to know, right? Everyone wants to know, how do you understand pricing? And the reason why I say that is because this was my toughest question. And I didn't have anyone to really answer this for me in the beginning. You know what I mean? I will say this. In this industry, your rate can vary depending on what realm you're in. You could be dealing with like an independent artist that has a budget of like $1,000 for maybe 3 to 4 looks. You know what I mean? So if you break that down, like how much is that really giving you per look out of that $1,000? It's not a lot. You know what I mean? So it really just truly depends. You might get a label, not independent now, so we're talking label. You might get a label that could reach out to you and be like, hey, I have $5K for 4 looks. That's a totally different, now you know what I mean? We're talking about almost $1,000 a look. We good, you know? So it just depends on what their budget is and then how you're able to break it down. And I always break it down by looks, you know what I mean? And I will say this, sometimes I don't like to shoot myself in the foot, whereas people would be like, what's your rate? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be like, well, what's your budget? You know, because you might think that someone's rate is lower than what they actually can provide. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just like to give that open dialogue when it comes to getting like how to get pay out of someone in regards to finding out where they are. You know what I mean? If they're like, oh, I got $1,000 and I need 10 looks, then that's when I'm gonna be like, okay, well here, this is actually how it's gonna work. You know what I mean? This is where I jump in and I'm like, yeah, that's not doable. You know, but now I know, like, this is like, they don't have a lot to work with, but they need to get something done. I could be like, okay, well, I could bring you 2 to 3 of the best looks that you would need for this project, you know what I mean? And maybe you can do the rest yourself or whatever. It's always, I think, when it comes down to booking a job and finding pay and getting a rate, there is some sort of work in, you know what I mean? Now, if somebody just asks me, yo, I don't got a budget, I don't know, what's your day rate? I'm coming at them with $1,500. Like, you know what I mean? Like, off top, it's just time. You got to go pool, you got to go shop. That could be 2, 3, maybe even a week's worth of work before you even get to set. You know what I mean? Then you could be on set for like 8, 14, 20 hours sometimes. You never know. You know what I mean? If it's not union is very strict about the 12-hour situation. But yeah, so it's a lot that goes into that, and I'll deep dive a little bit more heavily into it in a second, I guess, once we're finished with this interview. But yes.
For sure. Why is having your own style important?
Having your own style is very important because you're building an identity. Like, no one's going to really, truly, I believe you if you don't show that you believe something in yourself. You know what I mean? So building that identity as far as style, really, I believe, breaks down like a client's trust. Like, they're like, oh damn, she know what she's doing. Every time I see her, she's fresh. You know, she got this certain style, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like almost the first part of breaking someone's trust down to be like, all right, I'm going to let them do what they do. I'm going to let them come style me, you know what I mean? So being stylish and having style is very, very important, you know?
All right, it's my last question right here. What advice do you have for someone trying to start?
All right, I see this little card right here. So when you flip it over, it's point number 1. Don't get caught slacking on your drip, okay? Where you want to be a stylist, I hate to say it, but yo, the first thing you can do is be a walking canvas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nowadays I can have moments where I'm chilling, but I promise you, when I first was like really trying to be on my fashion shit, I came out every day as fresh as I could be, like every day, like, you know what I mean? And that was at my brokest point. Like, that was when I was the brokest of it. I didn't have, you know what I mean, all the name brand, the labels, none of that. I was thrifting. I was going, you know what I mean? I was knowing the homies that was sewing and doing cut to sew or whatever. But it was like on my mind to always step out the crib and just be like low key fresh. Like, yeah, low key. So, you know what I mean? It's an art to it, but I feel like it don't take a whole lot of dollars. You know, you could really get this shit done, but it's just how you go about it and how you piece it and how you put it together.
Sure.
Yep.
Damn, let's get to it now.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So, how y'all feeling? I just talked a lot. I ain't trying to go back into talking a whole lot either. Oh, say less. They want to center me.
Yep.
Let me get centered. Synergy is real. All right. So I really don't want to go too crazy and talk to y'all about a whole bunch of stuff because that's boring. You know, right? Is that boring? That's boring. So, I kind of want to start off with the questions, and then I can give y'all a couple of quick notes and go through this little cue card very quickly. But I want to start off with some questions, right? Who's some of y'all favorite artists?
Dolce. That's one of my favorite artists. Women artists, Dolce.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Lucky Day.
Lucky Day. And Alexander.
You said Kanye?
Yeah.
Oh, they got a Kanye thing. Oh, we got a Kanye thing. No, that's fire. I love that. Okay, so how would y'all feel if y'all had to style them people? You feel good? You feel confident?
Not yet.
Nervous but excited. Like a good nervous.
Yo, are y'all lying to me? Yo, if I answered y'all and I was like, for real, and then if y'all asked me, I style. If y'all asked me, how would I feel? I'd be like, yo, I'm shaking in my motherfucking boots right now. Bruh, like, I don't know, I feel like certain people that like they do this. You know what I mean? Like they wake up, money is not an issue. You can have whatever you want in this world. You know what I mean? Like you can access whatever. Who am I to come into your world? You know what I mean? And equal up to something that you would want to wear. You know, like that takes a lot of pressure, like a lot of like, what do I do? What am I bringing? How, so the reason why I say that, right? Essentially too, this just goes into styling and being prepared for like anything on set, like photographers and stuff like that. If you coming on set, a guy might be like, are we doing, I don't know, 2 locations or something like that. But you might come prepared with 30 cameras and, all right, not 30 cameras, but you might come prepared, oh shoot, I done lost something. With, way more extra than what you need. And the reason why I say that is because it's the same thing with styling, right? Some people might be like, yo, I want 2 to 3 looks. I'm damn sure gonna pull up the set with like 4 to 5, 6 to 7, depending on if I never dressed them before, I'm gonna come with the max that I could come with so that I could feel like there are options for them to divvy through. You know what I mean? So essentially that's kind of how I start off when I come to set with someone. I lay out all of the options. Like I said, I'll let them know like, hey, we're only here for 2 to 3 looks, but here's everything that we can go through. And I want you to feel comfortable enough to be able to pick your first look. That lets me know that, all right, they're feeling some things. This is, where they're leaning towards. It's everything. Once you're walking into a room with someone that you have to style, it's learning them from the moment you get in there. Like, what are they wearing when they walked in, or what, you know what I mean? Like, what are they comfortable in? What did they gravitate towards on the rack once you laid it all out? All of those things can help you decipher the flow of the shoot. You know what I mean? Like, so that's a very great way to like start off your shoot. Come in, lay it all out, have all the options accessible and in the plain sight for the client to see. Let them see it all, go through it, pick what they want to do, and then kind of go from there. So that's like laying out the land of the shoot. Then you get on set, right? Who do you connect with? You connect with the photographers, you connect with the person who has the studio, you connect with all of those outsider people, you know what I mean? All meanwhile while you're making sure that your artist is good on set. But the reason why you're doing that is because those are the people that can book you later. Like all of you photographers, y'all are like, hey, I want to know what style's about. But now I done connected with you, and if you got a shoot coming up, here I am, you like, oh, let me call Charlie, I done connected with her, you know what I mean? So those people that are on the outside of the set, like like I said, the people that are putting it together are the most important to getting more jobs and booking, future gigs and things of that nature. Because I know a lot of people be like, what do you do when you're on set? Like, who do you talk to? Do you just stand in the corner? Nah, you know what I mean? You talk to everybody, you build all these connections, because the artist is not going to book you for your next gig. You know what I mean? They may if it's an independent joint, but outside of that, it's going to be the people that's there and doing the work and putting it all together that's going to book you for your next gig. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of like the layout of the land when it comes to like being on set. Do y'all have like any questions about what it looks like with being on set as a stylist? Like anything you're curious about, anything I might come across, or
What do you do with the clothes that haven't been worn? You take them back? Like, I never understood how that process worked.
Yes.
You take all of it back?
I'm taking it back. No. But nah, it's okay. So with clothes, when you go into pulling, right, you have certain places, like you can go to a showroom that allows for you to be able to pull a certain amount of items for a certain amount of dollar amount, but they know already it's coming back. And you're paying a percentage of what that item costs to be able to use it solely for that purpose.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So finding out like what those showrooms are, that's a very big part in like understanding like pools. Another thing is when you get in really good with like these high-end designers like Gucci, Burberry, Moncler, all of that, building rapport with them. So like when you go in and you make a purchase, like making sure it's under your profile, making sure you're communicating with the people that are in there and they know who you are, so that when you come back, so that you have to build rapport with these higher end brands. They're not gonna let you just come in and be like, yo, I'm a stylist, let me pull some shit. I'm just being real, you know what I mean? You gotta really start building that rapport and start buying with the brands. It takes a while, but just for high end pulls. But once you really start buying with these brands and they know what you do, they allow for you to have a pulling power. So I can go into a Moncler or a Burberry and be like, all right, I have a shoot with such and such, right? And I need to pull X, Y, and Z. They'll let me walk out of that store with all of that stuff for free. You know what I mean? So, and then, but I have to bring it back and or sell an X amount of dollar amount out of that pool for it to be worth their while. So there's, like I said, certain ways that you can go about bringing a lot of stuff to set without physically having to purchase it all. Another one, my outfit today. My boy Trent, yeah, I'm putting you on game, and I didn't even know you was pulling up, yo. So another thing, he's a designer, right? He does cut to sew. So my entire fit, my bro made, right? From scratch, hands down, from scratch, right? Snap, come through, my guy, right? So oftentimes I can pull up on a set, right? And people be like, dang, where you get that from? Homie, right here. I didn't go to Neiman's. I didn't go to, you know what I mean? So there's so many places and things that we could do, or like places that we can outsource, or people we can outsource before we have to spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So to answer that, it's like, yeah, I'm taking it back. Because he going to want his pool back after it's done. Neiman's going to want, you know what I mean, Moncler, all of that. So if I'm not using it, I'm not trying to keep it. It's just it's a dollar amount I'm going to have to pay for it later, you know? So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. It's just building those connections, getting them rapports in, and finding places you could pull from with the least amount of dollar, you know, to spend. Yeah. You know, yeah. What's up, bro?
When it comes to dealing with the treatment, like right, like let's say you're talking to the director, you're trying to see like what the talent needs. Personal character. I guess my question is, how do you kind of deal with how you take a treatment?
Honestly, so treatments are kind of in place. So as y'all know, like when you're creating treatment, like photographers, stuff like that, right? When you're creating treatments, you're looking for like lighting, you're looking for like tone, you're looking for like location, setting. So those are the same exact things that I'm looking for when I'm looking at the treatment as a stylist. You know what I'm saying? So if we're going to be outside, that's telling me like, is it daytime? Is it nighttime? Like, do we need colors? Do we, you know, I don't want to be too dark if we're out in the middle of the dark. You know, like there's just certain things like that I'm looking for with the clothes that essentially photographers are looking for with the, you know, the lighting and the mood of the actual photo. So if I don't take that into consideration, then it could be completely off. You know what I mean? If the treatment is saying that we're going to be at a swimming pool party, I'm not going to bring no suit. You know, it's just like, so I'm just reading it for what it is. So whenever they send something over, it's just really like a directive that I'm following by. Sometimes though, there are treatments that like the photographers make that are solely geared towards just the mood and the lighting. And you may have to hop on like a production call and figure out like, yo, when you sent this treatment, like what exactly do you want out of this scene? You know what I mean? Or what exactly are you looking for? So collabing from stylist to the producer of the shoot is a very big thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't have to, it's very clear, but sometimes you can definitely catch that extra note and be a little more prepared when you get to shoot. Right. Yeah. But it's simple though. Any other questions? Yeah.
So like, how do you protect yourself, especially working with like labels and like different like bit higher designers, like just in case you come across that time when the person doesn't want to pay, or like the label takes a long period of time to pay, or something like that?
Oh, that's a great one. So I'm gonna start right there with the label taking a long time to pay. So sometimes, and y'all probably all know, like some of these labels are net 30, net 45, meaning you're not getting that pay until 30 days after what you've already done what you already did. That sometimes can be like detrimental, you know what I mean, to getting the job done, especially early on. So I will say this, I hate that, but that's kind of how the industry is set up. So you have to be prepared and you have to be willing to front some of that, you know what I mean, that front end work, and then and hope that not hope, but know that it's coming in on the back end. So I will say that about them net 30s and them net 45s. However, on the stylist tip though, you usually are able to ask for some sort of like 70-30 front. So you could do like a 70% deposit up front with a 30% back end, which lets them know like, hey, I'm utilizing these funds to get the job done. And then my pay can come later. You know what I mean? So it's just negotiating with whomever your label rep is and making sure that that's very, very clear on the front end. But I will say 9 times out of 10, even when where I am now, I don't get that money on the front. Like I don't. You know what I'm saying? I could be expected to pull up with tens and $20,000 worth of clothes on set, and I ain't got a dime yet. You know what I mean? So we do have to hustle. That's a part. We kind of going through all these notes. I don't even really need them for real. But that's a part of like what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that middle part. Like what it takes to be able to get it done. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna cap. I'll tell you straight up. Like I done had to ask. My people is like, yo, throw me a quick band or two on the early end. You know what I mean? Throw me a quick band or two, and I'm gonna send it back to you on Friday. Or whatever, but that's the hustle and bustle and the beauty of this world that we in. Now, thankfully, I don't. You build your credit, you work on all those different things, because if you're using credit with like these shopping gigs, you can build that shit up so quick and so good, like because you're getting that budget, so you're going to pay it back immediately. You know what I'm saying? But that's a great way to be able to get what you need without having to pay it on the front.
So do you suggest like getting like an MX?
I do. If you can, definitely. And build it. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't ever really have to stress nor have to utilize your own funds. So that's where we are with it. But also too, I know you said protecting yourself.
Yeah. Legally, because like I know, I'm not gonna get into that, but like sometimes there's just like mishaps that can happen like on set, and I just feel like you have to have some type of protection past like signing like an NDA or whatever, but like some type of like legal protection. So how do you protect yourself to make sure like whatever you guys come into like contract wise, what it is?
So you can for sure build your own contract. So say like, hey, the clothes that I'm bringing on set, if something's damaged, you are responsible for X, Y, and Z. Hey, if the artist takes something and without speaking, whatever, you're responsible for X, Y, and Z. So you can, of course, by all means, build contracts and send it over to maybe the label rep or the management or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily give it to the artist unless you're solely dealing directly with the artist, because it's just like, you know what I mean? But I would give it to the person that's in charge or handling them at that time. And kind of divvy it like that and go from there. Outside of that though, labels, They pretty good about making sure that like if you get on set and something's damaged, like they'll pay it on the back end and give you some sort of reimbursement. So I wouldn't be too hesitant on it, but you have to build that relationship with the rep that has booked you, you know, on set. You know what I mean? So, won't take no L's. We'll take no L's. But yeah, definitely them contracts for like those newer people and the people that aren't really label based is a great thing to do and utilize. And don't feel scared to actually bring it up and use it, you know?
Okay, I got 2 questions. They're not
like
they're not related, but so one, you touched on like the hustle of it all. So I'm thinking before you get to the pools and before we get to that status, where you at, right? Like just thinking about artists who are independent, or maybe they have a budget, but you're thinking we may have to return some of these things, even if you use them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a pool situation. Like, how do you work through that in considering that you also want to build relationships with the store? So let's say you connected with somebody at Saks or something, and you want to build a relationship, but then they recognize like, are you bringing these things back that you already, you know, do you have any like stories where it's like, hey, you're grinding, you grinding, but at the same time, you're like, you trying not to mess your name up, or you get your name up.
Facts. Now, I will say this, that's where you get into tipping well. Okay. All right, so I mean, everybody likes money, and money is green. It comes from where it comes from, you know, like, right. If it's coming from you, great. If it's coming from the paycheck, cool. But essentially, why they there is because they're getting commission. Saks and Neiman's people, all of that, right? So if you're buying something and you know what I mean, they think they're gonna get a lot of commission off of it, and you want to be transparent, I think that's a great thing to do. Finding who is your salesperson in these stores, you know what I'm saying? And then being transparent, like, yo, the budget's low, I need a couple things. I'll break you off, I'll tip you $100. I'm just letting you know I'm probably gonna bring the shit back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people don't look at you funny after that, because you're first of all being transparent, and then second of all, you still putting something in their pockets, and third of all, you know what I mean? Like, that happens every day, like every single day. There's returns. They're probably making half as much in returns as they're making in real, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's happening all day, every day. So don't feel too nervous about it, like going in and making returns. Because in the beginning, I used to be like, damn, I don't want to make these returns. I still do, bro. Trent, no, because he be helping me on a lot of sets. So it's just like, don't be nervous about it. Like, you know what I mean? Go and handle your business because that's your coin, you know? But at the same time, like I said, how you can go about it is finding who your salesperson is, breaking them off a little something, and going from there, you know? Okay. And then everybody's kind of comfortable. You got what you need, they get what they need. And you'd be like, yo, there are going to be times where I do get an artist that is willing to spend it. You know what I mean? And they're going to reap the benefit of it because you're going to come back to them and cash out, you know? Yeah. So it's just being transparent, building that rapport, and everybody's good. And tip.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Other question, you might get into it, so you can wait if you need to, that like, you get a client, what's like the process? So you mentioned like you stay up to date with designers, so I'm thinking like, if I'm just thinking of an example of a situation I had where I'm like, all right, I want you to be able to have the best possible thing that's out there, right? But it's like, there's tons of designers. If you're looking at, if you're gonna use online even, you're like, I'm gonna spend all day on Farfetch, or it's like, I'm gonna spend all day on something. So are you keeping up with these things regularly? So it's not that you wait till you get a call to see what they're like, it's your job when you're keeping up with everything. So when you get that call, you may already have mood boards ready for this type of client, for that type of client.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Like, absolutely right. So I'm always, in the beginning, so now, actually, I go out and I shop even when I don't have a client I'm shopping for, which sounds crazy. Like, damn, yo, you just shopping? Yeah, it sounds crazy. But oftentimes now, though, I get a call and the client might be like, yo, what you got for me? Just pull up right now. But beforehand, instead of just shopping, I did, however, just make mood boards. So again, on this card too, another thing I want to talk about was finding who your client is, right? So if all of y'all have a certain style that you built and that you appreciate the most, right? Build small mood boards or stories around that client. You know what I mean? And then when you find that contact that you can reach out to their management, their publicist, or whoever, or find a way to connect with them, you already have them mood boards that are handy and ready to go. Even too, oftentimes, I'll get a call. I just got a call. K-Camps people called me the other day and was like, yo, we need you to style K-Camp next week. Can you send us a mood board by tonight? Right? I'm already on set. I'm doing 20 other things. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But because that's an artist that's already in my style realm, I had mood boards that were easily ready to go. You know what I mean? So that is definitely, hands down, a great tactic to have, is like building mood boards and like creating stories so you can already be a step ahead of the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you get that call, you like, yeah, I'm gonna send you a mood board right now. Folks gonna be like, what? Yeah. Like, so yeah, it's a good look for sure. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2.
Okay. Could you expand on how you utilize social media?
Yeah.
Expand on that, and then also how you facilitate different partnerships.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like Jordan and etc.
Okay, no. So I have to do better with my social media. I'm not gonna cap. Y'all see where I'm at with it, right? What we talking followers? I ain't got nothing but a little 6,000. You know, it's alright. Come on with it. That's what I was about to say. Now, however, the people that follow me are of importance. You know what I mean? So building with those boutiques, like if you're in Atlanta, right? Who can name the boutiques that's in Atlanta?
You talking about
Yeah, we're not talking about like the mall. You know what I mean? Like who can name? Okay, we got Wish. Versus Our Mama Year, Antidote. Hey, shout out to Antidote. Motor 404. All of these spots, right? At the time it was like Adam a while ago, Epitome, all these different spots. Those are your spots in the city that are hot. You know what I mean? Like, the mall is cool, but those are like your big box retailers and stuff like that. Go to like your local spots that's cool. They're gonna take you for what you are. You know what I mean? Like you got the owner probably in the back and you don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? And these are places that have following and, you know, are carrying some of the brands that we love and appreciate and connect with. So I started my, like, how can I get in for real? With being cool with all the different boutiques, you know what I'm saying? Pulling in, showing love, staying fresh, you know, always connecting with them. And that was like my biggest realm into like getting those collaborations with like Jordan, Lids, shout out, oh, I don't even know if we can say it. You know what? I'm gonna hold that. So, but Jordan though and Nike, like that was a collaboration through Wish ATL. And that was just a door I regularly go through and chop it up with people and always, you know, remain cool. Like I said, like you said, even if I don't have a gig, I'm still shopping. You know what I'm saying? So I'm literally, my face is always going in and out of those doors. So at all times, I'm connecting and staying relevant. And so like I said, with these smaller boutiques, you have much more chance of being someone big. You know what I'm saying? And kind of getting like those collaborations and stuff like that. So if I was y'all, I would just tap in and go there and be like, yo, y'all got any events coming up? Anything that I could shoot for you guys? Anything that I could bring to the table for you guys? Like whatever it is. They might even be like, yeah, I'll let you know. And I'll let you know. Stay on their ass. You know, for real. Like, you know, people always would be like, I'll let you know. I got you. And, you know, things happen. But at the same time, like, I really stayed persistent about being cool in these boutiques and making sure that, like, I knew what was going on, when was going on, and how I could find a way to get in, you know? So that was my biggest way in being able to collaborate with like, those big brands and stuff like that. You know? So I hope that was a little helpful. Yeah. staying local. You gotta collab with your people, you know? What's poppin'? I see you.
How do you push the boundaries with your clients so they try different styles out, and if you don't style within their people? Because like, I personally like the way people dress. I mean, it's cool, but to see them something different, I feel like brings like also, what's the word? Grows their audience.
It does. It definitely does. I will say this. That is, however, I would say the most difficult part about being a stylist. And how I break it down is I bring something that I know they already love to set, and then I bring the wild card. Okay? So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna give you what you want. Like, I want you to make sure you on set and you feeling like, I bet this is me. You know what I'm saying? Then when you come back in the room and be like, yo, so you just killed it. I know you feeling it. Everything. They energy is now good. You know what I'm saying? It's breaking people down. Everybody got layers. You know what I'm saying? It's like an orange. You peeling it back. So I'm gonna give you what you need on the front end, and then on the second go around, like the next look, I'm gonna be like, yo, let's try this. You know what I'm saying? I got you out the way. You feeling good. You feeling confident. Let's just try this real quick. Then usually they always be like, all right, Charlie, I'm gonna see what you know what I'm saying? We gonna see what this joint hitting on. But I never go off rip, like straight to that. Like I don't just come in and be like, let's switch up the style. Nah, I come in and be like, this your style, I already know this gonna hit, this is what you need to, you know what I'm saying? Again, because I just saw what they like. If this man like purple denim and I see he's only wearing purple denim on his page, I'm bringing some purple denim to set. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to give you the same exact look that you already have. But again, I want to bring pieces that I know you feel comfortable with, and I know you be like, yo, she understands me, she gets it. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually a point on here. It's like making your client happy. You know what I mean? Like, that's a very, very big part of this whole thing. Because if a client comes to set and they see some stuff or whatever, it's like, yeah, cool, all right, I'll put this on. What are we doing? We ain't doing our job. You know what I'm saying? We really want them to feel comfortable and be happy. So bringing those pieces that we know they love and we know they gonna wear, we done seen them wear a style of it before, and then adding in that wild card to kind of balance it out. You know what I mean? So that's usually how I go about it. And two, sometimes you gotta show the client what it would look like. You might need to be like, yo, this is what such and such made it look like, or this is how it could translate and not how you thinking it could translate, you know? So it's just, it's a couple different ways you go about it. But make them comfortable first before you go crazy. Facts. So is everybody feeling a little confident about like styling and like pulling up on set? Do y'all know what you need when you pull up on set if you're a stylist? Yeah, what?
It really just depends.
Who said safety? Who did safety pins? Yo. The first thing was safety pins for me. We want the clothes to fit, y'all. Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But yes, safety pins, invisible tape, double-sided tape. Steamers. Some places don't come equipped with steamers. Hangers, believe it or not. Like, hangers is actually like I could put Camp Kirk's, I love y'all, but y'all don't be having hangers for me. Like, y'all steal hangers. I don't steal hangers. I don't steal nothing. I come to set with what I come with, and I leave with what I came with. That's it. But no cap. So yeah, like yo, hangers, that's a big part. So that's a big thing you come with. Like pins and stuff, if you might need to pin some things up. You just come to set with like good energy, and the clothes, everything you can make work. You know what I'm saying? Like, believe it or not, if a guy is an 8 and I had a size 7 shoe or something, we're gonna make it work. Like, you gonna take this picture, bro. You know what I mean? Yo, facts. I done took a couple soles out. I done added a couple soles in, you know? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do just to get it done, you know? Like, I done literally called this man right here, Trent, less than 24 hours before a shoot and been like, yo, I need some pants. Or I need some, it's just like all the different things. You just gotta be prepared and come with it. Sometimes you might gotta bring your whole sewing kit, whole actual sewing machine to set. You know what I mean? If they don't have a seamstress there or whatever the case may be. So just knowing what all it entails before you get there is very helpful. So any other key questions?
And I know you were B.O.B. heavy. Can you talk with after you become like a stylist with them for a period of time, how it kind of evolves?
Okay, dope. Oh, that's a great question, actually. Yeah. So another thing too, like creating space for more jobs and like keeping your client happy. I got with B.O.B. Everybody you get I don't know. A lot of people I get with are from like connections, like. Keenan could be like, yeah, yo, I know the stylist or whatever, hit her up. So all of these sets that I'm pulling on to, it's a brand new face. It's my first time working with you. I'm praying always that we have a great relationship. And I have not come on a set yet. I've been doing this for about 7 to 8 years. I have not come on a set yet where the relationship hasn't been good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that you can have a bad relationship if you don't come to set with great vibes. You know what I'm saying? So that's for one, start off. And then as I style them for the first time, I always find room to be like, if there's anything you have coming up, please let me know. Like I said, finding the management or whoever is above them or pulling their strings, letting them know, like, here's my contact. I'm always willing to do more. So that in turn has turned around for me to be great. And I put certain clients on a retainer. Like, okay, cool. So now you rocking with me. You know what we could do. You appreciate what I bring to the table. I can put you on a retainer. So I might say like, hey, pay me $1,500 to $2,000 a month just for me to do this, just for me to answer the phone for you every single time you need me. You know what I mean? And that's outside of the actual job at hand. That's just paying me to be there any single time you need me to be there. You know what I'm saying? If people can call you and be like, yo, I got a flight tomorrow and I'm in the Hamptons, literally this happened this morning, and I'm in the Hamptons for 3 days, what you got? You know, like stuff like that. So now I know, like, I just need to have stuff sitting in the back for B.O.B. because I'm on retainer for him. You know, just stuff like that. But that's a great thing to want to move forward to, and that's a great thing to, like, work towards. Yeah. Because if you get enough people on a retainer every month, you Gucci. You know what I mean? Like, you really straight for real. So, like I said, just making sure everybody is good and building that rapport with them, and then you going, you out of there after that. Like, so yeah. So I've been working with B.O.B. and Lloyd for like I want to say 4 years now, almost 5. And it's great. Like, that's really, like, those are my best relationships, hand down. You know what I mean? Like, the people that stay loyal, the best relationships, hands down. So finding a way to always make them happy is a great thing. Finding a way to make your clients happy. Another thing. This is something I do. I don't know if a lot of people do it. I don't know. Do people do this? You be on set, so I don't know. I always let my clients have takeaways. Like, if the budget permits. Okay, if the budget permits. But I come into it understanding or knowing, like, okay, this was the budget. I don't want the client to feel like they just came to set just to put on the clothes and then leave with nothing. You know what I mean? Like, even label budgets, that's coming out of their money. You might be paying me $5,000 or whatever the case may be or something like that for however many looks, but that's coming out of their check later. You know what I mean? So I always keep that into consideration. So that budget I'm spending, I usually try to let them have a takeaway of like a fit. Or, all right, you like these off-whites so much, I accounted for that in my budget. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you take this away. Man, these folks love it. Like, they be like, oh, bet, Trent's going to let me take a fit. Bet, it's cool. Like, that's a great way, too, to get people kind of coming back for more. Because I think a lot of times, like, we come in to do a job and just to walk away, you know? And it's like, what they get from it, what they going to take away from it. So I always kind of try to find a way to give people a fit before I leave them, you know what I mean? And to make clothes that's the perfect way to put on your clothes. You know what I mean? Like, or your brand is like letting them take it with them or put it on them on set. You know, maximizing on what you have at hand is major. So that's where we at. Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling confident?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's lit. So I don't know. I think we're about to take a little break or something, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we're gonna take a little break, come back, maybe do an activity. I want to see if I'm gonna tell y'all what the activity is, so you can start, you know, maybe thinking about it in your head. But how I asked y'all earlier, who you would want to style, right? I want y'all to come up with your best outfit for that person, and then we're going to present it. So you're going to be like, this is such and such, and this is the type of fit that I would want to see them in. And then whoever is the best, you know, you might have a gift from me at the end of it all. And then, yeah, so let's see. We can chop it up and kind of go from there. You know, I might be able to see what y'all digging with in regards to your style and how you could put somebody together. Y'all cool with that? Yeah. All right, let's get it. Let's snack.
Got cupcakes over here for you guys.
Cupcakes!
For them guys, Baker dude. Baker knows. Baker dude.
Shout out to folks.
Yeah. Hey! I appreciate you so much. Man, what? Long overdue. Long overdue. Yo. Appreciate it. For real? Yo. You said, how about, I didn't even know you were coming.
A party.
Just walk and talk. I take pictures while you're walking and talking. I'm sure I can get like 5 solid shots and that's all I'm saying. I'm not enough to take pictures.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Right. I was actually yes. What? So listen, I gotta ask you, where is it? Hell, did you get this? I didn't get it. I'm so glad you said to me. A girl said it all the time. I took her for either. She's like, what? I gave my 2 months back. So how did I not get on here? I loved it. Like, I okay, this is me. That's all I'm doing. I literally came out of just ordering pets. I stopped for this girl named Amar. Yes, for the next time. This is like her whole life. Please get it. Yes, you have to. Fucking fire. Yes, tour starting too. Yes, the whole vibe is so crazy. Like we did this. So I definitely we should connect on meet with her. Let's go.
I just like I need to find more small differences.
Small See?
Now that like I think it's
Oh, fire. Fire. Look, in the card. Oh, shit, that's fire. Oh, the sheer. Oh, my God. I swear. He probably said they fucking
that that was like allowed me to like take it and do it myself. But yeah, so I've been sewing for about 2 years and it's going very well. So that's not chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. Nah. Charlie's back. It's lit. Okay. So I think this is a part of the segment, you know what I'm saying, where we all get a little creative ourselves. And I want you to know, right? So some people might draw out they might think their client should be wearing. You know what I mean? And then they might go to the store and be like, all right, I'm following this exact cut. Like I got an oversized drawing jacket. You know what I'm saying? They might look for that in the stores while they're shopping. They might send that to the designer that knows how to make some shit overnight. You know what I mean? So you can start from a sketch. You can start from a mood board. Like some people might go on the internet real quick and be like, all right, I think A$AP Rocky should be wearing this, wearing that. I think he should be wearing J.W. Anderson, or he should be, you know what I mean? So start with like that, and then you could go to, I use Pic Collage. That's like something I'll just use real quick, an app on my phone. But any type of like collage app, whatever, and you can build a quick mood board. Say if that's how you want to show or decide what your artist should be wearing. Any type of way you want to describe, show, whatever, we can do that. But what's the time limit? How long we got? Like, all right, we got like 10, 15 minutes for y'all to figure out who your artist is or your influencer. It don't got to be an artist. It could be an influencer. It could be whoever. Because I don't just style artists too. That's another thing. Oh, while we here. If you're trying to be a stylist and you're trying to, like, you know, find other ways to make monetary income and stuff like that, don't just focus on like an artist. A lot of them are like already oversaturated with a lot of stuff going on anyways. Find like business owners and stuff like that. I style for the owner of Big Dave's Cheesesteak, Derek. You know what I mean? I style for Kirk, the owner of the, you know, so find those people that are influencers too, that you could, you know, make money with and stuff like that. It doesn't have to just be an artist. There's so many other people that can get you that check you're looking for, that aren't like, oh, I'm a rapper, you know? So it's so many different things you could do with styling. So it could be an influencer, it could be whoever you want it to be, and figure out how you want to style them. And you gotta show me, because that's a call I'll get. They'd be like, yo, X, Y, and Z, I need you. What they gonna look like? So we can do that? Y'all down? Yeah. Go.
How many looks?
One. Just one look. I ain't finna make it hard for you guys. Damn. I'm making, we got 10 minutes.
I actually brought my look.
Oh, shit. Hold up. What? You brought your look?
Yeah.
Bro, come through. Alright, he's killing all of y'all. Okay. It's over with. Y'all, he's killing all of y'all. It's done. He pre-thought. This is what happens. He thought ahead. Yeah. Let's go.
It's actually a piece from my brand, and new set I'm about to drop.
Hold up, bro. Wait a minute. Hey. Now I get it. What?
I'm about to drop this for pre-order.
Word, when? So you got a price point on it already yet?
Yeah, $150.
For the whole thing?
Nah, for the jacket, $150 for the pants.
Alright, say less. I'm gonna check in with you today and make sure I pre-order.
Nah, for sure.
Alright, say no more. I got you. Yeah, this
But
hard, bro.
My artist was Rocky.
Exactly.
I was gonna put him in this
Fucking
with like
Rocky.
some Bottegas and then maybe like a red babushka, something like that, fishnet tank, you know, something like that.
Came through with the babushka. With the scarf around the neck?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. You gonna do anything on the head? You gonna do any, you know what I mean? What we doing? What's neck up looking like? You gave me.
Are my thing, but like,
Word? So you gonna keep them clean?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not mad at it. So y'all seen how he just came? I'm finna do it for you real quick. Yeah. Bow wow. Light work. Yeah.
Look great on you.
That's hard, man. Look, I do a shoot in it. We got some photographers in the building. We got one in the back. Oh man, Bob, let's go. It's a community. That's hard. That's fire. That's so fire. I'm not gonna tap. I really do want one.
I got you. For real.
We're gonna put some artists in that for show ski. Like, that's wild. Yeah, that's fire. Thanks. So you're done, huh? Alright, all y'all better get to it, man. Y'all better get to it, because my boy came with it, alright? He came all the way prepared. That's fire. What's the name of your brand?
Clarity Studios.
Clarity Studios?
Yeah.
That's super dope. That's super, super dope. What made you think of that?
So I started with like a drawing with that word, and it was like an oval. So I kind of wanted it to be an eye, but I just kind of branched out from there. It was really that first drawing though that really like, I was like, I gotta use that name.
That's so fire. The fact that you're saying like clarity, the eye, like seeing
I definitely
through.
want to play off that body part, that vision, having a vision for what you want to do and stuff like that.
2020.
Yeah.
Woo.
For sure.
It's
That's
lit.
what God. Yeah. That's why I started taking this shit serious.
No cap.
Like pandemic time.
Bro, it's set in stone. I see your whole story already. Like that's all it takes, to be honest. Like anything that you have, it can be something simple. Like for me, like create super simple, dumb stuff. Really, really, really like too simple actually. But the story behind clarity, I'm just like, damn, I see it. I feel it. I know it. I want it. You know what I'm saying? Like we all just need a story, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, you brought it. That's fire.
Thank you.
Nah, thank you. Thank you. Because now I got something I need to cop. Yeah.
Sure.
Nah, it's lit. It's super, super lit. I appreciate you for real. Alright, let me see what they working on.
Can we get a round of applause for my bro?
Yes. Clarity Studio. Let's go. Come on. Yes.
He killed all of us over here like.
They are the everybody phone. Like, yo, how can I cop this in? Look.
Yeah. Tony, bro.
ASAP.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I was about to say, I'm waiting on her to drop. I'm waiting on her.
Now we ready.
I'm waiting on you.
Man, here. You on live, bruh. Y'all on live right now. Y'all live. Y'all, we've been streaming live the whole time. Yup, on YouTube, everything. We got a camera in the background.
I want the whole
London. But I told you, good job. Well done.
Right. That's right.
I forgot that's the name of it. It's like trainer, runner.
Oh, I do know.
Oh, I got you. I'm picking up you. Yes. No pressure. Like, just I ain't heard nothing about that.
Alright, we'll probably look another time. What was it like?
7 more minutes.
This time we go fast.
want me to send you a picture? Yeah, you can do it now. It's gonna be over in like 2 minutes. Hold up.
They was focusing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take no sneak peeks, no sneak peeks. Shit. This is so official. My people got me a goddamn. Yeah. Shit. That's what happens when you get too comfortable. Stop knocking shit up. Yo, this like some 30-year-old film in here, so that shit probably gonna be like, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be mad nostalgic. Yeah. That's literally the word of my mouth. Oh, that was my dumb. To match it.
You should have.
No, I can't be your favorite photographer. Cause I ain't good at this shit for real. I'm trying. Like shit, I'm trying. I got so many gadgets, bro. You would think I was, bro. I really do. It's OD. If you come in my drink, get me right. Bro, get me right. Pull up on me. Yeah. Ooh. Alright, now you gotta get close. I gotta get close. Alright, y'all. Time is almost running up. Okay. I'm like ready. See, look, she knows you gotta get it. But now I got this one out here too. I'm saying, I'm gonna get it how I get it. Got it. Yo, I just want y'all to know y'all are super focused, and I look like I'm really teaching a class right now. Cause y'all are doing work. Oh my god. Alright. Let me see.
Are you gonna go through each style or what you gonna do?
Yeah, we're about to go there right now.
I'm trying to see what it needs to be. Are you gonna
Yeah, I can. Say this. Direct. You know, I'm like, You be having that.
Oh, I got you.
I'm not gonna lie. I was looking for somebody to do this, and I'm so happy that you're doing it. Yeah, like, or the BTS. Are you doing BTS?
Yeah, I got everything.
That's what I'm saying. I was looking for somebody, and I should know you.
Yeah, everything. You're gonna be able to watch the full thing.
Oh my God.
Or a recap at least.
Nah, that's fire. That's so fire. Oh, and I think the last thing I'm gonna do is recap on some of my favorites. Fire. I like this. I'm gonna watch this at home. It's like a little stylist thing.
It was crazy
With a TV though to connect. Just like this. Okay, let's see. Alright, is anyone ready? Oh, we got some. Yeah, let's. Okay. I like when people are saying. Usually people be like crickets. Alright, so let's see. Let's go. You up first. It's go time.
Wait, you want me to stay right here?
If you want to present, yeah, so you better come through then. And you got the fit on, so you better come through then.
Alright, so my artist that I chose was Doechii. And the reason why I chose Doechii is because Doechii really pushes like the limits in her styling. So you can do a lot with Doechii. You can kind of like put her in nothing and put her in everything. And so yeah, I chose to go with like a all silver look, including silver skin, to give her like this out of the world like look. Doechii really prides herself on like being like an alien or like really just like a really out of the box black girl. And so I would do like all silver skin, jewels on the skin, and then I did like a snake skin bodysuit that's like asymmetrical with long silver boots, a blunt cut bob, and a bright red lip.
Yeah, this bob on.
I tried to call it a full look. Like if I was to style Doechii for a music video, and I was like, okay, I feel like that could translate in a lot of her music too. So this is like something that you can kind of put Doechii in pretty much for like a lot of different songs and stuff, just because of who she is as an artist. So
Fire. Yeah. Fire. So I'm looking at this, guys, and I just want to note you did an amazing job. She gave y'all everything, y'all. She gave you a lip. She gave you a hair. She gave you the fit. She gave you like aesthetics with the makeup and the different type of like theme and theatrics. She gave you a boot that's going to be like the statement. That is a very major part of styling. It's like figuring out like how you can tie it all together and give you a statement piece to walk away and feel like you're not nobody basic. Hello. Yeah, you did that. Come on with it. Yeah. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, so who's going to be next? Let's go. Come with it.
All right, so this final thing, sorry.
Yep. We're gonna keep it going. How is it going? Don't break the day.
Alright, so I actually made a piece this past Saturday. It's from my friend's brand. His brand name is Smyrna, and he has this really cool.
Yo, shout out, bro.
Yeah, Smyrna.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Let me show you his page.
No, his page. I mean his work. Period. Like he's an amazing like graphic.
See, tap me
in.
Look. What?
So this is a sweater that I like upcycled, or not upcycled, but like turned over, right?
So you know that leather jacket I got with everything on the back?
Yes.
Yeah, same dude.
Oh, perfect. Come on. See, this is what we here for. Everybody knows some sort of connect. You know what I'm saying? This is amazing. I would love to connect with that. All right, so here we go.
We're gonna get into it because I kept telling him. He first told me to like do something to it too, to cut it up. I was like, I don't want to cut it up. This is such a nice ass sweater. So okay. I got it last year in like November. I wore it like how I wanted. And then I finally was like, all right, I have a reason to make it, to do something with it. So I made like a two-piece. It's a top and a bottom, and it's like completely detachable on the side with a zipper, right?
All right, y'all gotta see this, y'all. It's going crazy. It's going so. It was a sweater, right, like this, And then boom, she took the sweater and made it into a whole two-piece situation. How, Sway?
I actually have like a little mini video because my friend's supposed to be remixing it for me, but basically just deconstructed it. So I took it apart. I laid the panels, like the sleeve panels, the body panel. I laid it all out, and I was like, I didn't want to lose the story because all of Theo's pieces, he has a story, like all of his art. So I didn't want to kind of lose that. So I was trying to like figure out how to match the pieces together. So I'm gonna show you the video of where it's like laid out and like.
Oh, I wish we could. Hey, is there a way we can? It's not.
Can I airdrop to the iPad?
Oh, man.
I can't airdrop it actually. Can't airdrop it. Okay.
It's fire.
So, which was the iPad?
What's the iPad, family?
Kirk.
Kirk iPad?
Nah. I think it's iPad for real, bro.
I see Cam Kirk iPad. It's probably that, bro.
Nah, that's my iPad.
Dang, whoa.
Oh, is this airdrop on?
Oh, probably. Let me see.
Yeah, it's on contacts only.
Yeah.
Oh, alright. That's one thing I'm gonna tell y'all where I can style a motherfucker all day long. Tech, yo.
It's like, that's not it.
It's not me. Okay.
And then I'm gonna send you.
Oh, we got some five? Alright, you done interrupted. How I get it now?
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Oh, yeah, this is tough.
Alright.
Fire. Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's the what you call it, and then here is the me laying it out. So once I deconstructed it, it was basically all of those pieces laid out by itself.
Oh yeah.
And the two sleeve pieces is what I used to make the skirt, which I guess I can
Play it again. I couldn't see it.
Oh, it's quick. I'm sorry, y'all.
I got it.
I ain't let people see it for real.
Oh, you good again. Fire. So those was the panels.
And then
that was the original. And then this is what it is going to. This is what it came out to be.
This. I'm gonna send you the video.
Oh, bet. Let's go.
And then this is I'm a little head ass, y'all. Don't ignore my dancing, but this is. But that's the dress. So like, I wanted it to be the design that I had for this was not the design I came out with. I wanted it to be asymmetrical, and I didn't want to have like a long piece in the front. And then the back has Smyrna on the back, and it's like a little crop top. I have the piece in the car, which is why I was like, dang, I should have brought it in with me. So I left it in the car, but it didn't come out the way I wanted it, but it had the attributes and the traits that I wanted. What I didn't have though was the money to purchase how I wanted to properly style it.
Okay, so basically this is the fit.
Yeah.
And who's the artist?
Where I got the sweater from?
Nah, that we're styling.
You said whoever, so I really just said myself because I couldn't think of it.
That's fire. That's fire. I said this, yo, you have to be a walking, talking canvas. Like, how are you gonna get booked? So that's fire. I love that you did that. Alright, so we got the dress. We know it's you. How you would have styled it? You would have added what piece?
I went to Google a few pieces. You know what I'm saying? So I got this like white top, this cut up top, so you can still see the actual design of the dress. But I love half coats. I've made like half pieces before where it just covers the top shoulders. I had like different options for boots because I like that shoe or just certain pieces create certain vibes. So I worked with black combat boots the first time, but I wanted to do like a chunky white heel this time. A chunky white heel, or like, I can show you the board right here. Or like this flat little, with cause I like the futuristic black girl vibe, I really do. And then I paired it with a purple handbag, either from Homage Year or from this Hoax. I can't remember.
You're going crazy.
And then with the shades, white shades. I don't really know what the hairstyle would do, but probably some long braids because I wanted to keep it very much so, black girl in a different era.
I love this. So look, you did it again. The crazy thing or a major thing that you have to do for styling is finding what those statement pieces are. You did that with the boots, the glasses. You added the bag, and then you did something that a lot of people wish and want to do is bring something that is a one-on-one to the occasion. So I think this is great. You nailed this to the T, and it's one-on-one.
Thank you guys.
Amazing, guys. And I want to see that piece later.
I will. I'll bring it up.
All right, bet, because I need that. You want to go? All right, let's go. See, all the things y'all can do with it. We don't need a lot of money. Sometimes you just need to be fine.
So my artist was Mino. I love his mixture of like Y2K, 70s fashion. So I was going for a super laid back look.
Okay.
He loves sneakers.
Okay.
So I put a pair of like rose colored dunks with an oversized utility jumpsuit, like tied at the waist with a white tee with like a white bridge on his teeth and like big white rimmed glasses and a white bandana.
That's fire. I love that. And you just talked it through. I understood it and I saw it completely. Like sometimes too, that's all we gotta do. Like you might get on a call and they be like, yo, walk us through real quick what you think a look could look like. That was simply how we need to do it. You know what I mean? You gave it from head to toe. So that was perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And that's crazy because like I almost chose Smino, and if I was to style Smino, that's exactly what I would do.
Yo, then she got it to the T. She got it to the T. That's fire. That's so fire. You gotta understand the client. You know what I'm saying? If you bought me an oversized jumpsuit, yo, I'm gonna love you. I do the jumpsuit. That's my thing. You know what I mean?
That's what we gonna do.
Let's go. I got you. So yeah, so that's fire. That's y'all. You're really understanding it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I do. This is literally what I do. So y'all get it. All right. So anybody else? Y'all want to go next? Who want to go next?
I want to try one.
All right. Let's do it real quick. Let's hop in. Let's hop in.
So,
you know what I mean?
real fast. Yo, nice once again. Nice to meet y'all.
I see you with the cease and desist though. This my brother. Shout out my boy Fred.
I went to the premiere and all that. Yeah.
That's fire. Fire.
So my artist, well not artist, he's a racer, Lewis Hamilton, Formula 1.
Oh, that's hard. That's fire.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's always race day. They always hate on him because he always puts on fit. He's bringing more to the sport than just racing, but he's bringing fashion.
Yeah.
He's always promoting new fashion as well. So I had to dive real deep into like my archives of roaming through the internet, and I wanted to style him head to toe in Art Comes First. It's a London brand. They do a lot more craftsmanship. So I got him on Pick Collage, if I can get it up, technology.
Yes, sir.
So some satin pants,
exactly
like a clean cotton tee, of course, with the bandana, but they're more into like hats and dirty shoes. So if you know Lewis Hamilton, he's always in like full pattern tops and bottoms. Things that stand out, things that are eye-catching as well, because he's walking around. So I definitely wanted to zoom in on the satin pants, t-shirt with the bandana, and one of those big brims, just to bring it all together. Yeah?
Yes.
Something easy. Something easy.
Yo, it's this picture for me.
Right. And I should have just put that in the middle.
It's
of
the,
this, you know what I mean?
yo,
That's the style
it's
that you don't
it
put
for
the
me.
whole thing together.
Yep, and that's how you do it too. Exactly. Like this is a great thing to be able to send over to a client. If I knew who you were styling, I'd be like, yo, to the T. You know what I mean? Like to the T. Oh no, I know exactly who it is. I'm saying like off top, if I seen that and I knew who you were styling, I would be like, yo, hands down, this is exactly it. Like that's so fire. I love the braids too. Crazy. All right, anybody next? Rock stars.
I do it.
All right, let go.
Alright, so I got something slight. So, yeah, so my person was gay. Like I said that earlier, right? Mine is kind of like true to him, but still like a little like true to me.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Alright. So, hold on. Oh, where did this go? Okay, here we go. So, cause y'all not gonna be able to see it. So boom, I got Murder Bravo jeans. You feel me? Cause I'm a big fan of Murder Bravo. So he had them on the jeans, right? I got like a grill that like this guy I follow on Instagram named like B Luca or something. He has like this white grill that's like angelic, like the two people touching fingers. You feel me? Right? So I had him with the grill. He had the hand. Tell you. Then there's also this guy named Itai. Itai goes crazy with like duffel bags and like into like the towels of like LV and like rework them. You feel me? So I got him with like a little duffel that's like everything that you see is like kind of like off-white gray. It's like kind of playing off that like little tone, right? And then Kanye is like, he big on the oversized, so I killed it with like just like a little oversized top. You feel me? Oversized white shirt. You feel me? Kind of like true to him. You feel me? And then Murder Bravo actually just dropped. I don't think they even released yet, but like these Timbs that he reworked with this other company. You feel me? So I had them on that for the denim. Not for the denim, for the shoes, for the kicks. So yeah.
I was going airdrop it, but I think we got it. Everybody saw it? Yeah. We good? All right, we got it.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, that was nasty. Yeah, my boy.
Come on.
That's how we do it. But for sure, like I said, from you knowing the client to the T and making that shit look amazing, from you bringing in, like you said, stuff that could kind of hint to more to you, but flavor that person up. It's all different ways, but the client's gonna be happy as hell either way. You know what I mean? So that's fire. The grill, I need that grill.
That grill's crazy. No, I can't.
I need that grill. Anybody wanna go next? Anybody? We can do a couple more. If y'all ain't got it together, I'm cool. Alright, yeah, bet. Let's go.
Okay, so my influencer artist is Sydney Carlson.
Sorry, we talking about your shoes, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Look at her shoes, y'all. They are fire. Okay, sorry.
It's the best $300 I can spend in my life. No, so Sydney Carlson is a co-founder of Wildflower Cases. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it, but it's with her older sister, Devin Carlson. And they're just like really big into fashion. Like they both have YouTube channels and they're both big inspirations of mine. But this outfit is for Sydney. She's the younger sister. She's a little more, I don't want to say grungy, but I think you guys like know the vibe that I'm going for. Like and that's just what I've been feeling recently. So she's the one that we're doing this.
I wanna see.
And so I just showed Charlie. I was up early this morning, like literally deep researching like ethical handmade clothing brands. And so I found this one called Euphoria's Culture. And it's so small, like I cannot believe everything is handmade and it's like not even crazy expensive or anything. Can you guys see?
I got it, yeah. Fire. Super dope.
Denim skirt set from there. And then these are poster girl shoes.
Crazy.
Top boots, big chain necklace, and then like a nice slick hair. And I just like thought of this with like white brows, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just to give it more of a
I agree.
Yeah, and then these.
Giving Euphoria.
These to tie in like the green here and on the set.
That's so fire. Yeah. I love this, and I want to note, so I have to note this. This is so dope because you know your client, and you know like who you want to speak to. You know how to style it, because this is you. Like this could read off into that client very, very easily. So I feel like that's a great trait to have, because you can make that client very comfortable. Coming in and reading how you do, and then being able to style this like that it's amazing. It's super dope. You killed that. By the way, that picture's fire.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's super dope. All right. Anybody want to do next? You know your client, man, and you embodied that, so you got to keep going with that. To be honest, a lot of people don't get to get this niche and even get to work with people in that lane. You know, so I say embody that and embrace it for sure. Yeah. Anybody? We good? How we feeling? No? Yep. Done?
I'll go.
We rapping? Alright.
Okay.
Come through, sis. This my fellow wish worker.
Hello, hello.
Yes.
So I am a simplistic dresser. I like to just have like clean, smooth lines. And I, similar to you, do not like tight clothes really. I like to just kind of swim in them. I chose Steve Harvey just because he's reimagining his style, but mainly because of his style is heavy. I love everything that he wears personally, and whenever he puts somebody in, I go crazy for it. So I didn't figure out how to make a little bit collage, so I'm gonna scroll through these pictures so you can see them.
Yes!
We're gonna start head to toe. So this is the top, simple, black leather, chic, expensive, okay?
Yes! Come through!
The pants, eclectic, but there's still something there. You have to be confident to be able to wear them. Okay.
I love it. Yes. With that, is that
our legacy on Essence? Okay.
Fire.
Yes, and they are on sale. So okay, the shoe also fun and open back. The men are getting out there. They're showing their toes.
That loafer is crazy.
If you know him, i.e. Steve Harvey, you know he likes to smoke a lot of cigars and blah blah blah. He always has those Romana little like small cases with him, and he carries them everywhere. So I switched it up and did a little pop of color with like a rude crossbody. It's functional, you can still put little things in there, but you can bring your purse everywhere. So yeah, simple, but like a little regular stroll through Italy or some shit, and you got like a little
Yo, it's literally like that right there for me is. Yo, I love it. Yeah, that was super fire, super clean, very to the point. It's very, very on Harvey. Like that is very on brand for my man. Like amazing. And believe it or not, like Ellie is actually one of my homies, so which is his stylist. So amazing, like super amazing. That was to the he would have been like, yes, I'll take it. He would have been super happy. So that was great. That was super great for sure. All right, anybody else before we tap out? We good? We outie? Alright, man. Y'all did amazing. I do have a little takeaway. This is going to be so tough. Like, honestly, I don't know who to give it to, but I don't know. We need some judges. I got a gift. I'm going to go grab it. That's the bet. But we need some judges. I don't know. I don't want to be the judge, y'all.
Hey, sir, give me a light.
Give me a light.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is why it was so very, very difficult.
I was just turning the light on.
Thank you.
I was giving you more light.
Come on!
I was giving you more light. I was giving you more light.
That my dog. Alright, so now for real, this is gonna be a very, 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 very difficult decision for me. The reason being, y'all absolutely nailed it, okay? Like, dead ass, you knew what the vision was, you knew who your client was, you knew what the vision was, and then you produced it. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, that's just what I do. Like, you guys literally did what I do in a matter of seconds. You know what I'm saying? On a small scale, of course, we gotta now go out and go get it all, and then bring it there. But that's really all it takes is just understanding the client, knowing what all they like and what limits you can push. You know what I mean? And then showing up to set and turning the hell up. Like, it's a wrap after that. So, I have to do it. I'm sorry. He killed y'all.
Yes, sir.
He came with the physical, yo. Like, he came pre-prepped. So, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I was able to touch it, feel it. But, like, everybody killed it. And also, too, I'm going to start a group thread before we leave. I was talking to them in the back. I want to build a create community. Basically, like, we always talking about, yo, how do we pull and how do we start to get, like, these connections to like some of these pieces that we want for sets and we might not have the budgets for. So essentially, like, we are those people. Like, everybody here has fresh stuff. You know what I mean? So I want us to be able to be like, yo, I got to shoot with such and such. These are the sizes I'm looking for. If y'all have anything dope, let me know. Let me know if there's a pull fee. I'll pull up on you. Whatever. Same thing with photographers. Anybody that's in the building right now, we all do something that is in the same field and can be done in the same, you know, in the same day on the same job. So at the end of the day, if you got something you're looking for in fashion or photography or whatever it is, styling, we should all be able to kind of tap in and just be like, yo, you got this? Yo, anybody can pull up with this? Yo, doop, doop. You know what I'm saying? So we all a little bit more connected and have a little bit more of a resource than what we did from before we came in. So if y'all want to hop in the group chat so we all can, you know, stay connected on fashion and, you know, some needs or whatever, then we definitely can do that. If I could be helpful in any way, I'm totally down. Alright? Just in case, so y'all know, my boy got a brand new steamer. You got a couple hangers, because I told you, these hangers is small. I was like, yeah, you know, the small essentials, you gotta get the good boom. Oh, you can't take my keys. I need my keys. The Jeep, the Create machine. Yo, and my license plate say Create. Yeah, a little lint roller, boom bop, and then this, y'all, this is amazing. Like a little traveling sew kit is fucking saved my life. Yeah, you got seamers, you got the little measuring thing, you got everything you need real quick that we were just talking about, all in this little small thing. So yeah, enjoy it. Yeah, the bag too. You gotta get. That's the hardest part about all this styling. I would think that I would have muscles by now, man. Carrying all the shit through the malls.
Oh yeah. They would ask about essentials. I wanted you to say a wagon, bro. You know, I'm glad you circle back.
Oh, me and my he already know, y'all. This man done pulled up. So essentially too, this is why I want to connect with y'all, because sometimes I be having sets that I can't be on, you know what I mean? But I might be able to do all the work beforehand, and I'll just send you on the set and be like, y'all, my assistant's gonna be there. They're an extension of me. Doop doop doop. He's one of them. So, and I need more of that, you know what I mean? And we all are a community. But yes, the wagon is amazing. He done pulled up, and I'm talking like like, yo, like, for real, like, taking runs to the car to drop stuff off is risky, but you gotta do it sometimes. Yeah, it gets real. So that's the hardest part about the job. It's carrying the bags. Carrying the load, man. Carrying the load. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for staying tuned with me.
Group, you know, class photo, and you guys gotta get your diplomas, and you gotta be out of here.
Oh, thank my brother right here. He put this shit together. Is the best. You the best. And Kirk is the best. Alright.
What up? You said what?
But I was
I ain't never wanted to get video of like nonsense.
Oh yeah, we got the model line, so we got bring.
Yeah, I don't like how you do me in the pictures. I don't like how you do me in the pictures.
Where you be seeing that?
But it wasn't the way I was sitting.
Well, then what was wrong with it?
You just told me
Everything they put out in
I apologize.
Everybody in this row got one? Everybody in this row got one?
Oh, yeah.
No. Pass it back right here. To your right.
Where is it? That's with the. Yeah, I've seen it. Not even on the website. I've never seen it.
Yeah, two
It's enough for everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody needs 2 rows out, right? You need one? Who said they need one?
You pass one more.
You just need one, that's it?
And one more.
Everybody over here needs one.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody got one right here? You need one?
No, I got one.
That's good.
And then
everybody might as well go, right? You need one back there. You need one either?
I want y'all all to graduate.
Yo, G.
You all good? So who doesn't have one?
We all good. We all good.
Everybody's good.
Yes. Get out of here, sir.
Got it.
Alright, man. Everybody, let's come in just a little bit.
Right. Scoot on up.
I can tell by your body language. I can tell by your body language.
Yo.
Feel me?
Create community. At Kim Kirk, we're going crazy. Okay, what I'm doing? Where I gotta go?
I want a good rep for my Instagram.
Here, take this chair.
Okay, big.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
I ain't gonna lie. I like this
You want to take it from here?
Yeah. Alright, bet.
Alright, you gotta slide over just a little bit.
Oh, me?
So you can sit right there. You gonna take a little bit?
Still putting out some pieces.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Slide on a little bit more, see.
Like, I started looking my mood board. Right, we
Alright, Charlie, come over here a little bit more.
Get me right, my bro. Come on.
I'm trying to make sure I can
This
get
the
right.
dream team in here.
Yeah, that's harder than diplomas.
Yeah.
Not too far now. You gonna black to my face.
Yeah. Right? Everybody's like that. Yo, my boy. my guy.
I gotta get this shot.
I gotta get this shot.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. I'll take a lot. I know y'all ready?
Oh yeah, come on, flick us up then. That's what we do.
I'm trying to get my Fire.
Yo, we got
Come in just a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, this what happens when you come to school. I wish they did this in real school.
You get one take. Right. Oh, God.
School poetry, mad as hell.
Fire.
Got it. Yo.
I got it.
I was like, hold on. Can the last one be fun?
Yeah.
Yo, come on, gang. Yeah, get your last one done, bro.
That was everything I was doing.
Yo,
standing up.
I didn't need to be in a chair. I wanted to be fun.
Y'all can stand up, y'all can.
Who's standing on the desk?
You going in?
What's up? Let's go. You ready? Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. I might say that's the last. Get real. My two. Yep. Get your ass up. Yep. Alright, let's go. Dang.
A little bit more. Come on, a little bit more.
Come on.
Oh, hell no.
Cut it. Yeah. That wasn't on me.
One more.
This the last one. We sitting down this time?
Y'all can stand up. I just need y'all to do one thing. We're gonna do a video shot right here. We're gonna do 2 takes.
Oh, alright.
So on 3, I need everybody to say create on 3.
Yes.
Alright. Ready? Y'all can be goofy, so y'all give it some action, whatever. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Create. One more time.
Ready?
Hey, hold on. Should we throw the diplomas?
Come on. Hey, short.
Oh, yeah, never mind. It's short.
Alright. Here we go, y'all. Ready? Create on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Create.
Take one, please.
Take one, please. Bro, thank you.
Hey, Charlie.
So when I say something, people can get
Yo.
I know.